Hey guys, Kirsty Snyder here with Daniel Kump. We are doing Teachable Tuesday tonight on April 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're catching the replay, thank you so much for being here. Please put replay in the comments below. And then as we go through things tonight, take note, pen to paper, go apply the concepts because it will always help you if you apply what you hear rather than just attending just to show up to attend. The Google document that we'll be sharing tonight with everyone who is live will also be inside the description underneath this video. So if you need reference to that, please look underneath this video for that. And we're going to let everyone in now, make sure that we can drop some serious value tonight.
Oh, I know there's going to be value tonight. That's for sure.
It's our middle name, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I just looked it up on my license. It is value. It is there.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Value Kump. Hey,
yeah, DK value DK.
Yeah, it works.
So
yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. We're gonna throw down tonight. We're going to bring out some extra guests tonight. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, before we even start, you guys need to have a pen and paper. If you guys don't have pen and paper, give yourself a checkup from the neck up. Are you guys ready? Are you guys plugged in? Are you here ready to learn? I see some people holding some stuff up, so that's good. Pen and paper ready to go. Think on paper. Jim Rohn, wise man, once said, learn to think on paper. But here's the deal, guys. Tonight, we're going to be going over the top methods. And I hinted at this yesterday. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but what you're going to learn about today is what I hinted at yesterday on Mindset Monday. So we're going to be going over the top methods, daily methods, DMOs, that the full-time income earners here in Savings Highway, here on the funnel team, are doing every single day. So right now, you guys have the opportunity. I see some head nods going on. That's good. You guys are already in the zone. So you guys have the opportunity to not just hear from me or Kirsty. You guys are going to get to hear from other people that are currently, right now, 2023, making a full-time income with Savings Highway Global and the funnel team. And you're going to hear their top things that they do every single day. So if there isn't a big neon flashing sign that says, pay attention, that's your clue. That's your sign right there. So we're going to try to throw down as much awesomeness tonight as we can. So pay attention, rule out all distractions, take good notes, and get ready to roll.
Yes, sir. Awesome. So let me know if you guys are paying attention. I know we just went over that, but put yes in the chat. Let's make sure you all are here and that you're being intentional. Russell, good to have you. Albert, let's see. William, Kelly, Roy, Paula, holy freak. Can't even keep up with that crap. Okay. So tonight, in talking first about certain daily methods of operation, we have a couple different people who you've seen before, who you've not seen for a hot second, who we asked to come on and share, here's my top 2, here's my top 3 type of things that I do every single day, non-debatable. Now, whether you're a person who started, 3 days ago, or you've been in for a year, or you've been in for 3 weeks, all of what we're going to talk about is applicable if you allow it to be applicable for yourself. Deal? Put deal in the chat if you can agree with that. Okay. Now, first person I want to bring on is none other than Catherine. Catherine, are you able to unmute yourself? Possibly.
Yes.
What's up, girl? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So we asked Catherine to be here tonight because she is smashing it. She's arguably more consistent than even someone like Daniel. Maybe. We'll see. We'll beat each other to the punch, maybe.
I would definitely say that she's more consistent than me, because I have off days, and I don't think she has off days.
She doesn't. Catherine has been in this for a little longer than me, actually, like a month more than me. So I started in December 21. And Catherine started November 21, something like that. And she smashes it, you guys. She really, really does. So we wanted to bring her on tonight because just to share a teeny bit of her story, which you can get into as well. She is a single stay-at-home mom. She produces full-time income with SHG. She smashes it out of the park because of the couple things that she'll talk about tonight. And I know, just putting words in her mouth, I guess, she wants the same for you guys. So whether you're a single stay-at-home mom, whether you have kids you don't, whether you move from East Coast to Texas like Catherine did or not, everything that she's going to talk about tonight is applicable for you if you allow it to be. Make sense? Okay, so let me go. Just going to make sure that I can share this. Do you want, well, which one do you want to start with, Catherine?
We can do the stories.
Sure. Have at it. And
So-
and if you want, you can share a little bit about that, like how you came to that.
Yeah, of course. So one of my main best methods of, well, what is this? Conversions, right? That's what we all want. We want, sales. We want to build and grow our businesses. One of the main things that I do every single day, like they were saying, non-debatable, is sharing, reposting my content to stories. And not only your content, because that gets boring. Nobody wants to be seeing your reels or seeing whatever your posts are and then clicking on your story. And then that's all they're seeing, right? They want to be engaging with you. That's why they're clicking on your stories, to see a little bit more about you, your life in depth, right? So you want to be sharing your content to your stories along with like behind the scenes of your life. Like, what are you doing on your day to day? And no, I'm not saying like, oh, you need to share everything. Like, oh, I showered today, I did this. No. But what are some things that you do on a day-to-day basis? It could be at work. Like when I work my 9-to-5 job, I literally was at my 9-to-5 job, sitting at this little desk every single day. And I would just record myself, and then I would post, a story and literally tell people like, I'm at my job. I want to know what they want to know. And that's why you're posting to these stories, so you can connect to your audience and find out what they want to know about you. So not only do they get to see into your life, but then use the engagement stickers. This is huge. Huge. Don't just post on there saying like, oh, me and my daughter were hanging out, No, engage with them. So use the stickers. There's many different things that you can use, like polls. You can use a rate bar. You can have people just voting and liking things. They want to engage. People love to click little stickers and things like that. So, and it boosts you into the algorithm as well. So say, your followers that may not engage with your content as much, if it's being popular, just like a reel, it's going to come up for them first. You know how, say, if you're on Instagram, this is more so for Instagram, but does apply to, say, Facebook. And I know TikTok has stories as well. I can't really touch on that too much because I don't really use the stories on there. But for Instagram specifically and Facebook, I know like you'll see their little bubbles come up and you can click on them, right? So if you're having high engagement, they will show up first versus like other people's posts. So that's why you want to use those engagement stickers, and then ask them questions, ask your audience, like, what do they want to know about you? What do they want to know about what you do? And that way you can gauge like where your audience is at and how you can help them. That is just something huge that literally changed my business. Like at first I was kind of scared and nervous, but now sometimes I just randomly get on there and I ramble about my day, about the opportunity, about what I get to do and how it's changed my life and things like that. And people get to really connect with me. And how I came about that really was just one day. I had one that went off, like it took off. I think Kirsty may remember this. I was in my car and I literally just went on a rant about, what I do, how I make income, and why I chose to do this and how it changed my life. And I had so many sales from that I was like, I got to do this every day. I got to do this all the time. So I would say, general rule, you want to be posting to your stories about 4 to 8 different stories at least a day. I know that may sound like a lot, but if you're making 3 pieces of content, well, there's already 3 pieces of content. Again, don't just post your piece of content, use the stickers, to have that engagement, hype up your content and things like that. And then as well as, just behind the scenes of what you do, and ask people if they have any questions or things like that. So that's one of my main tips that I have to speak on. You want me to move on to the next one, or you have any questions?
No, let's actually pause it for a second. You guys, she smashes it with stories. She really, really does. And she's specifically talking about Instagram, but you can also repurpose it to Facebook Reels. You can also do stories in your TikTok, like on your TikTok channel, on your profile. You can do the same thing. In my opinion, I think stories, especially when it's like behind the scenes, here's my kids, here's the goofy thing I had to eat today, whatever. It makes you real. And specifically on Instagram, when you scroll up, swipe up, she's specifically talking about when you use something to rate, when you use a poll, so someone has to click something to engage with you. That helps boost into algorithm, yes, but it also allows you, just like Catherine, to know who her audience is. If a poll question, for example, says, do you want to work at home, right? Do you need an extra income? And one of the answers is, yeah, but I'm not sure. Then guess what? She can message that person and know that they're like, oh, I'm a little bit hesitant. I don't know everything yet, etc. That allows her to give then content that helps that person and others who didn't vote on that poll, for example, engage. Hey, you don't know what this is? Awesome. Here I am hearing what you said, and now I'm giving you what you needed. Okay. But it works on TikTok. It works on Instagram. That's like her forte, you guys. And it works for Facebook as well. It also allows you to be a real person, which does what? Know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. Now, as Catherine was talking, I actually went and found the training that we did a couple months ago on this. So take the time this week to take a deep dive with Catherine for how to do stories, for what it looks like, all of that, because that link that I just posted, which is also in the Google document that we'll share tonight, is gold. You guys, it's gold. You want to smash on stories, you want to tap into a warm market and mix your cold market without being spammy, Kathy, that training that I just dropped is gold. Okay. Any other thoughts on that, Catherine, before we go to your second one?
No, not really. It's really straight to the point and just very simple. Keep it simple. Just be who you are. Get to know your audience, and you'll be able to, like, it's that simple.
Which sounds, maybe Catherine saying it's simple for someone else who's never done stories. I don't care if you're new. I don't care if you've been in it for over a year. If it sounds like it's complicated, you're right. So lean into the fact that it is simple. And just like anything else you're doing, you're creating the business habit, right? And when you create the business habit, it's easy to post 8 times a day to your stories, or 4 or 7, right? You get into a rhythm because it's a habit you're creating. At the start, habits are hard, but then they're not, right? So lean into the fact that it's simple. Okay. Now, what's your second one, Catherine?
My second thing that I do daily, that is most effective, would be voice notes over text paragraphs when you guys are reaching out to people. My reasons for this are that, number one, it separates you literally from like 99% of your, the people who, I don't know, who you're competing with, or if they're interested in other opportunities. Because I get people who come to me and they're like, I don't even know which business this is. I've applied for like 10 of them. And I'm like, oh, wow. So they're actively looking, these people, who are following other people. If they're not using this method, if they're not reaching out to them with voice notes, it like makes you seem like, I don't know, you're a celebrity. Like, oh my God, like you took the time. That's how they treat you. Oh my God, you took the time to voice note me and not shoot me a generalized message. You're like, yeah, I'm a real person. Like, you really, really get to connect with them. They respect you so much for it. And again, like the stories, building that know, like, and trust factor. That's why it's just so, so important. I think that this is definitely hands down my number one reason why I close so many sales. It's not anything else. I mean, obviously attracting people. Content is number one. You got to attract people, right? But actually closing the sale, it's because I'm taking the time to actually connect with these people and letting them hear my voice. Because when you're sending someone just a paragraph that is, generalized and may sound a little salesy, because they're reading it. You're not taking the time to, voice it how you choose so they can understand it the way you want them to. No, you're sending them a paragraph and they're going to read it however they read it. So if they're reading it like you're spammy Kathy, you're going to be spammy Kathy because that's how they're reading it. But if you take the time, to reach out and you're like, hey, Bill, hey, Bob, so excited to chat with you today. What's your interest in the online space? I'd love to know, tell me a little bit about yourself and what kind of goals do you have? Like, I'm always like, what kind of goals do you have? What is your interest for wanting to be here? Because then I know how to help them. So again, they hear my voice, my tone of voice, my nature, and they're like, oh, she sounds nice. She sounds welcoming. Like, she sounds trusting. So definitely, even if you're a little weary with voice notes, you don't really know how to use it, play around with it. It's really not that hard. Just remember on certain ones like Instagram, it stops at a minute. But it's very, very effective. Like I said, I think that sometimes I'll get lazy and I'll be like, if I'm under the weather, I'll be sending my little paragraph. And then I'm like, oh my God, nobody's writing back because I'm not voicing myself. They're not hearing me. And then if I do get in the habit of that, it may be like one message. It may be the first message. And then once they reply, I hit them with a voice note. I do not let them go 2 messages without a voice note. I won't, because I don't know. It's like they don't stick around very long.
Well, and it makes it more personal. How many of you guys are actually doing voice clips to people? Meaning you hit the DM, like in a direct message on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever. You're clicking the little microphone button and you're recording your voice, right? How many of you guys got into this business because you got a voice note? Now, not all of you, but some of you, that was probably a big factor. Was it not? I'm sure there's plenty of people who Catherine has impacted who are here tonight or catching the replay who was like, yeah, I totally got in because I felt like I was taken care of. Because I wanted that connection. I got that connection, right? If you're not yet doing voice notes, now is your challenge to start them. Just the same as we're talking here. If I pause, if I get more quiet, if I get excited and I'm blah, 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 you're paying attention, you can feel the personality coming out, right? Which means when it comes to, hey, when are you ready to da, da, da? When do you want to enroll titanium? When are you getting started? How can I help you get started? Any of that, they're going to be like, she's real. He's real. I totally want in. Send me the link, right? Anything else on that, Catherine?
Not really. Just, I know in the beginning, it's a little uncomfortable because I remember when I talked to you, Kirsty, many, many months ago, and I was like, I need something more. Like, I'm talking to people, but I just need something more, to get to know these people. And I'm like, I don't know how to talk to them. Like, I've never been in sales. Listen, I was a caregiver for the last 8 years, they love me and that's who I catered to. I didn't have to go talk to anyone. So it was very weird for me to, message people. And especially if you're brand new and you're still getting the hang of how everything works, you're like, how am I supposed to tell them what it is when I'm still learning myself? Mm-hmm. Of course, always be yourself and just get to know them.
Yep.
Don't focus on, oh my God, I need to sell the membership. No, focus on, getting to know the person and what do they want. You'll be able to a lot easier and it won't feel like you're trying to sell them something.
Because you're not. None of you guys are in it to be like, I'm going to sell you hardcore on this. No. If a person wants to make and save money, you have that thing to connect those two things that they desire. And if they want to get in, they will. They really will.
It's as simple as this. We're not in the convincing game. All we do is open the door. It's up to them if they want to step through.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
I think two super huge notes from Catherine, especially on that last one in regards to voice messaging. One, it just makes it super real and you're personal, and you set yourself way above everybody else that's being the spammy Kathy. And I mean, we all get this all the time, you know, and it's funny, like myself and Bill and Kiersey, we have our own kind of private messenger group, and like almost on a daily basis, we're like, oh, look who's messaging me now. And we send screenshots and we share with each other. And it's almost like laughable at this point, but we get it literally on the daily. And it's like, here's my spammy message with my link. Would you please join me? You know, think about being able to send a voice note and be like, hey, what's up? I just wanted to connect with you. And the other thing in there, Catherine, that I think that you did was really, really great, is you ask open-ended questions. What type of goals do you have?
Yes.
Not like, do you want to join my biz? Like, not a yes or no. You ask an open-ended question, which I think, what does that do? That opens up a dialogue. When you open up a dialogue, you build trust. You have a conversation. You can get to know the person and then figure out ways that you can help them achieve their goal. So just awesome, awesome stuff.
And it sets the impression of responding back. It makes them respond back. If the first impression is an open-ended question and then they respond, now they're used to responding rather than just, here's my link, sign up, let me know. They're not going to let you know. And even if you say that, it comes across way different if I voice message and say, hey, Paula, let me know when you want to enroll. That's a 3-second voice clip. Way different for Paula receiving that. If I said, hey, Paula, comma, let me know when you want to enroll, period, she's not going to let me know. But if I send a voice clip, naturally, she's more inclined to respond. Really. And interpretation. I mean, I'm sure you guys have had it before. If you have DMs, which you should, if you're following the formula, right? And people can interpret however they want because it's their own perception. If you're connecting on purpose, just like Catherine's been suggesting, you won't have wrong interpretation. Yep. More urgency too, Paula. Love it. Anything else on that, Catherine?
No, I think y'all touched on everything. And I mean, just take it seriously and apply it. Will literally change your business.
Love it. Mic drop. Mic drop moment right there. Love it. Okay, Bill, I got you, boy. Bill has a nugget that you guys should be super excited about. Bill's also been in this the very, very longest. Anyone know how long? Do you know what year Bill started in SHD, you guys? Put it in the chat if you do.
Oh, look at it. Oh, Catherine.
Yep. Boom.
2019.
The new guys.
4 years.
Yep. So anyway, I'm glad to be here. I got a little bit of a cold, but I'm good. And unlike Dan and Kirsty, I'm kind of like I wing it. I shoot from the hip. You know what I mean? They got all their notes and everything. So, you know, I'm going to get into it a little bit, be nice and short and sweet. But I was thinking of all the things that I do. And I'm kind of like, and again, everyone has their own flavor. Kirsty does her thing. She's got her formula. I know it kicks butt. Numbers don't lie. Dan does his thing. Catherine does their thing. So for me, some of the things may not work. Some of the things would. So I actually have a lot of more deeper stuff that I'm not going to really go into. You know, but I will throw it out there as we learn, as we get on our other executive calls. We could do a little more in depth, but you know, of course, I do Craigslist, and of course, my big thing has always been list building. But we're not going to teach list building on this call. But actually, you know, put it down in your notes because it's something down the road that will help you as you build your list. You know, your list is your money tree. So that's my nugget there. But for this training, I will tell you something that brings me. I get signups every week without doing any formulas. And it's just because of posture. And it's not planned posture. It's just because I'm experienced and I know that in this business, we can go out and make a lot of sales and we'll make money. We'll pay for the, the peanut butter sandwiches. And you gotta pay for the peanut butter sandwiches. But if you want to go for the big filet mignon, you want captains also, captains like Catherine, Kirsty, Dan. They're captains, okay? You want to attract captains that can take your business to a whole nother level as you're, paying for the peanut butter sandwiches. So how does that happen? It's posture. It's the number one thing. And I told Kirsty and Dan this, that I can contribute right now. And I don't care what anyone does. They'll tell you, I'm not a general. I'm not your boss. As long as you're ethical, it's all we care about. We love SHG. But if you go to my Facebook wall, and we're all Facebook marketers, right? We're all social media marketers. And you go look on my wall and you go back years, it'd be hard to find another opportunity on my wall. And the reason why that's important is that there's people out there that when they're researching a program, just like I've done over the years, I don't always look for a captain. I really don't. I look for someone. First thing I do is I look for someone who's on my friend list. I like throwing a bone to someone I know. I've joined people that have had no experience before. No one knows my sponsor. Dan knows, Kirsty knows. You wouldn't even believe it. I joined my sponsor as a joke in 2019. Now they make a lot of money because of me. So with that said, when I say posture, I don't have and by the way, my wall is a little, chatty. What do you call it, Kirsty? Spammy
Kathy.
But, and I guess, again, different flavors, different strokes for different folks, but you'll never, can't say never, but probably be hard to find something else on there. So what happens to me every week, and this is very important, when you're in the right program like we have, and you want to build to get to a level where you really are passive down the road, you want to attract captains. So I get people all the time and they say, hey, I've been watching you. Some people say months, some people say years. They literally text me. Every day I get a text like that. And they want to see what I have because they take me serious. That is so important. And if you have, not pointing any fingers about here, because I don't recognize anyone on this one, but if you have like 1 million opportunities on your Facebook wall, it's hurting you. It's, I don't know judgment, you're a multiple screen person, that's you, but think what you're doing because your audience is watching and they don't take you serious. They don't take you serious. And if you ever want a captain, you're going to have a challenge bringing in a captain. And that's a whole nother way to fast start your business. Look at when, I brought Dan in November, so he's here over a year. So over a year ago, and he could have joined anyone. We have worked in the past, but he knows I'm serious. Like he knows I'm no games. I'm not gonna I would never put him in something just for a commission. He knows it. He knows it. Set that as your thing. Never bring someone in just for a commission. Bring someone in because you're sharing their belief. I believe in Savings Highway, and it's not perfect. You talk about the, Dan and Kirsty I think mentioned, or Dan mentioned our little trio that we have in our messenger. We have bumps, but we know what our goal is. We know where our belief is, and we know that we have the best thing on paper, and we have real products and services. And it comes down, I didn't mean to do this, but it comes down to belief. As a sponsor, or when you speak to a prospect, it's not your job to close them. It's your job to share your belief and where you're going with the company. If they want to hop on, they hop on. And so that's my biggest thing. Before I even go into anything else, if I have something on the top of my head, does anyone have any questions on that? You want to pause, Kirsty? Do you have anything? But that really is, it's posturing. Don't be a junkie. Don't be an opportunity junkie. It's cheap. It's lame. It's embarrassing. And I'm not trying to insult anyone, on the call.
Well, I think, Bill, I want to answer a question in the chat here, and I tie it to directly what you just said, because, Tony's asking, how do you get your warm market to take you serious? And I get this, and this is a really important thing, guys. When you first start promoting a business on your Facebook wall, if you're not used to doing that, If you're concerned about what other people think, you know, you may be tentative in your action. You may not take the real action that you need to take, which is consistency. And Bill said it best. Like if you go back over the years and just look, he's been consistently promoting the same thing. So if you do want your warm market to take you serious, be consistent. That's it. You know, be consistent and be dedicated and driven to promoting the same thing. How someone's not going to take you serious, you know, to flip that around to, you know, to answer that question, how to get someone to not take you serious is to literally be promoting something else every other day or every other week. That's how you get people to not take you seriously, because then you're just a spammer. You're literally promoting everything under the sun, just hoping for a commission. So if you want people to take you serious, be dedicated, be driven, stay consistent. That's how people take you seriously.
Yep.
And everyone wants to know, probably you're thinking, well, did it pay off? Well, let me tell you how it paid off, because I got to give you the prize. You know, I got to brag for a second. I'm going to make a statement here. And these two will tell you, I never talk about income. Do I ever talk about income in our trio?
No.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I worked my tail off when I started. And that's another message. But when you get to a certain level, and now you're not a junkie and people are taking you serious, where I'm at right now, it doesn't stop me from working. I still bring people in. But I will tell you that with the amount of money I wake up every morning because of what I did, and I brought captains in and I brought soldiers in and I brought lieutenants in, and as a team grow with this compensation program, anyone that's in the group, you know that I'm like on the verge of hitting 2,500 people. Now, 2,500 people on your team in another company, it may not be significant. In SHG, and I don't have to do the comp plan, it is phenomenal. I mean, so I wake up because of what I did before with a 6-figure income, you know, for the year, if I didn't bring one more person in. That is the message. That's the prize. And the next piece of that is, you guys wouldn't believe who's texting me. So the next piece is, as far as that goes, with the prize is, I lost my train of thought there, is getting the captains. So anyway, I was going to jump into something. My phone started going crazy here. There was one other prize. Give me a second, so it does come back to me. So
we can circle back if you want.
Yeah, I'll circle back. Well, I'm going to go into real quick because I had another one. And this one's a little high level, but I want to teach it. I've even talked to Kirsty about this. Me and her have done some one-on-ones with, because Kirsty can go out and do 10 sales a day with her eyes closed. Catherine, Dan, but I always tell them, they'll tell you, I preach it. Dan knows, I always say 10% of my business is going after captains. And I don't do the formula, meaning I'm not a messenger type of person. They message me and then I message them back. So, but I do reach out to other leaders, and it's bold because it's scary. It really is, but I don't get scared, meaning, and I want you to get that mindset. If you do it, I'm just going to tell you, I don't even know. I'm just going to tell you how I do it. Take it or leave it. And I've mentioned it to Dan before. Here's my message. And sometimes I do audio like Catherine does. And sometimes I do text. It depends on the mood I'm in. But it's the same thing. It always starts out, hey, listen, I'm sure you understand. I am not a messenger spammer. It's not my style. So for me to be messaging you, it means that I have a lot of respect for you and you're a captain. And these are, I'm going after high leaders. I'm going to tell you the funniest thing. I never get a nasty comment back. I never get a nasty comment back. They're like, oh man, that's really cool. The number one thing I get is, Bill, I can't lose my check where I'm at right now. That's what the captains will say, because the timing's not right. But then I get, out of that 10% every once in a while, a captain, you know, one of the speakers tonight, or another general. And then all of a sudden, you don't stop what you're doing for the peanut butter sandwich. You don't stop doing Catherine's training, Kirsty trains, Dan's training. But now you have a general building a business, putting 100 people in a week, and your team's growing. Now all of a sudden you have 1,000 people on your team, and you're making passive income because of where you're at. Does that make sense?
Yes. Very awesome.
Yep.
The consistency, the longevity, you guys, it speaks volumes to your posture. And again, I don't care if you've been in this a week or you've been in this for over a year. You can still hold the same posture as Bill, who does 6 figures without touching his business once more. You can still hold that same posture. And if you think for a moment, well, I'm new, no one will take me serious. Well, I don't know how to talk to people. Well, I don't know the business well enough. You're right. I guess just stay where you are if you want to just be the person who doesn't know everything yet. Of course, you don't know everything yet. It'd be like researching how to ride a bike and you're not even on the bike pedaling. You could research all day long how to ride the bike. You could look up the best bicyclist. You could get the cutest helmet. But until you get on and start riding, you're not going to know. So just as Catherine said, just as Bill said now, just go do the thing. Just go hurry and mess up. Just go hurry and be awkward, say the wrong thing, feel like a weirdo, so that the next time you don't. So the next time you feel better about it by doing it. Okay. The application is the key here, not the knowledge, the application. Make sense, guys? Okay,
I want to
Daniel.
drop right around the topic that we're talking about. I want to drop a bomb, and I want you guys to realize this because this is super important. So, and it's kind of what Terry said. Terry said mindset matters, and it absolutely does. And this is why you need to invest in yourself. I talked about this when I went live today on TikTok. Here's the thing, and this goes into, Bill posting consistently on his wall, the question that we got, like, how do you get people to take you serious? Guys, here's the honest truth when it comes to your results in this business. You got to have thick skin. You got to be willing to push yourself. You got to be willing to stretch yourself, because your success is not going to be found in your comfortable little bubble that could be your world right now. Your success, like if this is where you're at right now, and this is your little world on social media, and this is your comfort level, success for you is going to be found out here. So you're going to have to push yourself out of that. But this is what I want to drill home. If you care about what other people are going to think of your post, your video, your content, you joining an opportunity, you promoting a home-based business, if you care what other people think about the actions that you take, you're never going to reach the income goals that you want. Let that sink in. And that might sound harsh and that might sound direct, but that's the honest truth. If you care what other people think or are gonna think when you post a video, a piece of content, a Facebook post, an Instagram reel, whatever, and you're worried and you don't take that action, you're never gonna reach the income goals that you're after. You need to learn to let it go. There's so many videos and pieces of content that I've put out over the years where I've been like, ooh, this is going to rub some people the wrong way. And I just don't care.
Exactly.
Don't, because I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And it's 100% for my family and where we're going and what we're trying to achieve. And I know it's the right thing to do. So you need to just learn that it's okay to take risks. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to pursue your passion. It's okay to be proud of what you do, because it's pretty freaking awesome.
Even if you're new, even if that feels like imposter syndrome, it's still okay to still go for it. It is.
I want to just conclude. It did come back to me. It's a real golden nugget. You guys are going to need this more than anything. Doesn't matter what you learn. You ready? This is the most important thing. And it just came back. This was it. My conclusion. Here it goes. Remember when you started, number one, I don't care if you came at $20, act like you spent $20,000, $200,000. That's number one. Never treat this is big business. I get up every morning, Dan will tell you, I act like I'm, back in the day when, like Bill Gates, when he created a computer. That's what I think I do with ASH. I don't even bother with corporate. He'll tell you, this is my business, okay? So act like it's a real business. But here's the big piece. Remember how excited you are. Who's new here? Who's the newest? Who came in today? Anyone? 2 days, 3 days? 5 days? Is Steve Zickler? How'd you feel when you joined? So excited, right? Super, super pumped. You got a business. You're ready to make $1 zillion. You're going to need that feeling again. In 2 months, if you're struggling, remember how you felt. Never lose that feeling. Bottle it up, because you're going to need that feeling when you're having challenges. I feel that way every single day, like I'm new. Every single day. And it's all up here. Just mindset. Every single day, I feel like I'm new. I want to go out and find another Catherine. I want to go find out, another Brian. I want to find another Dan. Every day I wake up like that, and they'll tell you, I'm not the most funnest person to be around. Sometimes they'll tell you, what do I say, you guys? They'll tell you what I say. Anytime we hit a wall with anything negative, we deal with a lot of management stuff too. That's whatever. But anytime we hit a wall, what do I say? Well, they go, what are you going to do today? I go, I'm going to go get another captain. My mentor taught me there's only one way to fix problems in network marketing. Go get new people. Go recruit new people. And that's what I do. And that's how I think it, and work on your recovery time. And the shorter your recovery time, the more successful you'll be. And I've had to work. I work on it every day. They'll vouch for it. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Everybody
awesome.
either type this in or especially write this down. Okay. The solution is, and always will be, go find more people.
Yes.
You want to make more money? Go find more people. You want a bigger paycheck? Go find more people. You want a bigger team? Go find more people. Simple as that. The solution is, and always will be, go find more people.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Well,
Thank you, guys. Love yous all.
love you right back. So Daniel, you're up. Great tie-in for what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe you that.
So I'm gonna circle back to a little bit about what Bill talked about. So Bill has been really, really consistent on his Facebook wall. And the thing that I have been consistent with, and this has helped me literally day in and day out for years. This goes back to before SHG. I've had multiple full-time incomes online with multiple different companies. And I'll tell you what, it's all following the same strategies. You guys understand that? Like, the strategies and behaviors don't change. Maybe the business does. Maybe the vehicle does, but the strategies don't change. That's why we're talking about this stuff tonight. The stuff that we're talking about tonight is so freaking important. So I hope you guys are paying attention. I hope that those of you guys that catch the replay, watching this on YouTube, are paying attention, taking good notes, because what we're talking to you guys about is mindset and strategies. You just got to apply it. So for me, one of the most important things that I do every single day, day in, day out, without fail, is I always have a notebook handy. Always have a notebook handy. And every single day, I write tasks down in the very beginning of the day, sometimes even the day before, a lot of times the day before, that I want to get done. And I write things down and I cross them out when they're complete. So my goal is however many things, and I know what my reach is. I know what my limit is. So if I write down 15 things, I know in a day, I'm probably not going to get to all those 15 things. I know within reason, it's usually 3 to 5. I try to stay in that pocket because those are achievable tasks, and every single day. And guys, this is the proof. This is my old notebook that I started years ago. Every single page is literally filled with tasks that I write down and cross out, page after 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 page. And I know I sound like a broken record, but that's the freaking point. The point is, every single day I write down things that I want to accomplish, and every single day I cross them out. Now, what do I write down? You're probably like, "Whoa, what do you write down? What's the secret sauce?" The secret sauce is the activity. The secret sauce is doing it every single day. I have now moved on to a new notebook. So 2 notebooks in the course of years. And this is, you know, the last couple of days right here, writing things down. And sometimes it's so stupid simple, but if I write it down, it's on my radar. Even like I joke with my wife, but I'm dead serious. Where if she's like, oh, hey, can you call the vet today for our dog? Or can you call so-and-so about the house or this or that or whatever? I was like, sure, let me write that down. And then I put it on, and then once it's in front of me and I write it down, because what happens? What happens when you write it down? Who can answer me this? What happens when you write something down? Who can tell me? Who can tell me? I know you guys got this, right? Yeah, it gets done. Sure. Focus, stays in your memory. Yeah. When you write it down, guys, here's a little mental fact. When you write things down, you record it to memory more than just thinking about it or speaking it. When you write it down, you're more likely to remember it. If you're more likely to remember it, you're more likely to do it. Okay. And to be honest with you, some of the things that I write down every single day, write an email, record short videos, post a video on YouTube. It's so stupid simple, but I do it every single day. And I've done it every single day for years. So it's a non-debatable if it works. It's just, you got to do it. That's it. So that's one. And it's so I know this might seem like, oh yeah, write things down, cross them out. Like, it's kind of like that guy for Planet Fitness. Like, I pick things up and put them down. Like, I write things down and cross them out, you know, like, but it's literally as simple as weightlifting. You literally, every single day, the things that you want to accomplish, you write them down, you cross them out when you're done. And think about this. Like, if you're literally crossing things out every single day, you're making progress every single day versus kind of making progress, sort of making progress. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about going to the gym. You know, I really think about lifting weights all the time. It doesn't make me gain any muscle mass or lose weight. But when you do it every single day, that's when you make progress. When you make progress, you gain. End of story. Okay. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, I just got to pull up my notes here. And this one's really, really simple. And I want this one to hit home. Every single day, I do 4 to 6 short form pieces of content. Every single day. I used to, and those of you guys that have been around me for a while have known that I've been a huge, avid supporter of paid traffic. I used to heavily promote paid traffic. I used to heavily promote solo ads, paid ads, Facebook ads, all those other things. I even created a course that I'm sure some of you guys have. And I taught how to scale traffic, you know, start from zero, start from scratch, start from a very basic budget and scale all the way to, you know, I've scaled as high as $5,000 a week. I was literally spending $5,000 per week on traffic. You believe that? I want you guys to think about that for a second. I was literally spending $20,000 a month on traffic. And it was great because like my list was building insanely fast. Sales were pumping in. But I want you guys to think about what's happened for me in the last year and a half with Savings Highway. I've done a complete 180. I haven't touched paid traffic in about a year. And it's all because of short form videos. We're talking TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. Oh, I don't know. The same exact stuff that we teach in our 123 SHG training site. I still get the same amount of sales and the same amount of income without paid ads. And I'm able to do that because I consistently write down every single day that I'm going to create short videos. For me, it's a gotta have. It's not a maybe have. It's not a let me think about it. It's not a kind of have. It's a gotta have every single day. So every single day for the last year plus, 4 to 6 short form videos every single day. Those two things for sure, writing things down, crossing them out, creating short form pieces of content every single day, 1000% has led me to a full-time income inside of SHG, without a doubt. And there you have it.
Love it. So what I'm hearing from Daniel is that he saves 20 grand a month. He does what he teaches 110%, if not 100,000,000%. Not only is he saving money, but he's also controlling his income by advertising for free using proven methods, just the same as you guys have. So if that's something that you want to do and you're still not in a position where you're succeeding in the way that you want, the sales, the amount of direct messages you have, the conversations you have, the time you feel you have to do short form videos to lead to the funnels that convert that we've given, right? If you still have that thought like, well, I must be missing something, this is what I want you to take away tonight. Out of all is said and done, encompassing in one nutshell, do everything you can to be completely 110% honest with yourself. If you're not following the formula 110%, from the short form videos to how to do YouTube, to do in a Facebook group, to let's say you skipped the overview because you just didn't have the time to watch 7 or 8 minutes worth. If you're skipping around and you're not getting the results that you want, you've got to take, as Daniel said yesterday and today, check up from the neck up, right? You will get results in this business. Again, I don't care if you're new as of today, yesterday, last year, last month. I care about the success that you have because you're following what works. Just like a recipe. If I were to bake a cake for a birthday and I just decided to not put flour in it, and I just decided to not cook it for X amount of time, and I just decided to, no, would it be a good cake? Probably not, because I didn't follow the recipe. And it's the same thing here. You guys are on the fastest, strongest producing team for the last who even knows how long. You chose the right thing. Now it's just a matter of choosing the right thing continuously. Not just about business, but about yourself. You're worthy of taking a bet on you for $20, $100, $200. Now you just have to get used to that worthiness, choosing you every single day. Just like Bill said, act like you spent $200,000 on this and you'd be paid better than that 200 grand. But if you act like you spent, here's my $20 that you spent at Chick-fil-A, you're probably going to have that type of result. To attract captains, to be confident in voice messaging, to knowing how to produce 4 to 6 short form videos, non-debatable every single day, to writing things down, to feeling accomplished, checking them off, not being busy, but being effective. You're creating a business habit. Okay. So the last thing, and what I kind of want to end with, is
Kirsty,
habits. Yeah,
this
go
is-
ahead.
This is your teaching, so we have to bring you out. So Kirsty's going next, but I wanted to show you something. This also have your why. So this just popped up on my Facebook. So I'm just going to show you, Kirsty. You got to have, can you see? You got to have your why.
Oh,
Okay, that just popped up. So that's very important too, because I know why you work your tail off. It's not about, it's not about SHG. It's not about me. It's about what I just showed right there. So that's important too. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to, if you, now you're going to go into your nuggets. So I wanted to just say,
yeah,
okay, what's up next?
My why, and thank you for sharing that, Bill. My why, yes. On any given day, any given moment, it's my kids, 110%. But my why is so much larger than that. Just like Daniel said in a couple trainings recently, even yesterday, I think it was, your why can't just be, oh, I want, freedom and stuff. Like, yeah, you and everyone else. But what about that? Who cares? So you want more time with your kids. So you want to get rid of your job. So you don't want to have a boss. So you want to choose your own schedule. For what? For what purpose? Why does that matter? Who cares? And until you can drill down the depth. Just keep asking yourself why. Why did I get into this business? Why do I need to do short form videos? Why am I here on Teachable Tuesday? Why am I collaborating? Why am I listening to this? Who cares? Keep asking yourself why. Well, I want more time freedom. Why? Well, because I blah, blah, blah. Why? Because blah, blah, blah. Why? You've got to drill down to the nitty gritty for what that stems from, not just the cliche, oh, I've got kids and I want to help them and stuff. Yeah, you and every other parent. But what separates you from every other parent or every other whoever, whether you have kids or not, for why you stay in it. It's not just giving the financial freedom. It's not just having the flexibility. It's not just not having a boss. It's why don't you want a boss? Why would you rather be at home? Why would you like to travel? Who cares? As soon as you figure that out, you'll be in it to win it forever. You won't have excuses for I don't have the time. I don't know how. This is too hard. I feel like a dummy, right? I say all the time, you're right. You're right. You feel like a dummy. I guess you're a dummy. Do you want to hear that from me, from yourself? No. So stop telling it to yourself and start doing what you know you can. Okay. Habits. That's the last thing I want to end on here. Atomic Habits by James Clear. You guys have the audio version and the PDF version. I included links for our Google Doc. Daniel, if you'll drop that, that would be awesome. And for those on the replay, the Google Doc is beneath this video. So take a check at that when you can. Atomic Habits. He specifically talks about habit stacking. Find something that you have to do every single day, and then habit stack something that you have to do for your business. I'll give you one example, and then I want you to think about it. I want that to be your piece of homework, among other things, okay? Every single day, I wait in carpool lane to pick up my son from kindergarten for about 20 to 25 minutes. Guess what? During that 20 to 25 minute time frame, all I do is create short form videos. That's all I do. And did you know, because of the habit I created in stacking, I have to sit here and wait in carpool. I might as well make some money, right? Instead of scrolling through Facebook mindlessly, instead of turning on music and singing, I go to work and I give myself that time frame. I habit stack. Okay. Just the same as every time I walk into my bedroom, I do 7 push-ups, 7 to 10. Why? Not because I need to do the push-ups. Who cares? But I care, and it's created a habit for me. Non-debatable. I drop down, I give myself 10, I habit stack. And I want you guys to be able to know that you can do that, because everyone has the same amount of time per day. If you can learn, which you will, you go listen or read that James Clear book, Atomic Habits, you'll be unstoppable when it comes to this business. 100%. If you habit stack, it becomes a non-debatable. It becomes something in your daily routine. And as so many awesome people have said, you want financial success, you want to change something, especially when it comes to money, it's found in your daily routine. What is it you could be doing that you're not, that you created a habit for watching Netflix? What if you took that 45 minutes and did something for yourself, your business instead? Because people need you. And if you're not willing to see that they need you and you need to produce that short form video, that piece of content, attending a training, going and doing it, investing, learning, teaching, right? If you're not willing to do that, no one around you will either. And if you're a parent like me, how can you help your kids or a family member or your dog or whoever embrace who they are if you're not willing to do it yourself? Okay. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. It was awesome to have a couple people speak who we normally don't have speak, or at least not very often. We're going to change that, by the way. So if ever we reach out and we say, we want you, you better lean into it like you deserve it, because there's a reason we're reaching out. Okay. As always, please go to the collaboration post for Teachable Tuesday.
It's right on the doc, which we just dropped in there.
Awesome. Okay. It's on the document. Here's the link also, so you guys have it handy. Go to that post and put what you learned tonight. Don't just say Teachable Tuesday is awesome. We know. We want to hear from you what you learned, what your takeaway was, what helped you out. And thank you guys for attending. We'll see you in the Facebook group soon. The replay
This
will
was
be
fun.
available soon as well.
Thank you.
Very
Later,
welcome, you
guys.
guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.